we got the Houston Texans, Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals favored by 6.5. The over under 46.5. Thoughts on this one?
I'm taking Houston to cover here, right? No T. Higgins. Obviously coming off a big win last week against Tampa Bay with CJ Stroud setting the rookie record for passing yards in a game. So they're riding a little high here at the moment. Cincinnati riding a high as well. Big game against Buffalo to kind of cement them, from a really bad start. But I think Houston at least keeps it close. Cincinnati money line, but I am going to take Houston on the spread. And then I'm going to take the under. No T. Higgins, no Nico Collins. So each quarterback's missing a weapon. Ultimately, I think the Bengals won't be afraid to, lean on Joe Mixon a little bit more as they have the last couple games. And it just keeps this game down just enough that we're not going to see 47 scored.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I do think that the under comes into play. Like this very much seems like it's going to be a 24 to like 20 type of scenario here. And that's where I kind of see this one playing out there. But this one here was very interesting when you start looking at it, right? Cincinnati is 4-0 since week 5. So they've played an incredible stretch here over the last 4 weeks. They're 4-0. They've won on average by more than 9 points on each one of those victories in that 4-0. So there's a lot of good things positive going there. Houston, though, 4-1 against the spread in as underdogs with 4 straight victories against the spread. So, like, you've got a bunch of kind of 4-0 over the last 4 games type of things when these things align here. But I do think that Houston does just enough to keep this inside of that 7 points here. So I think that we see this thing 24 to 20 type of deal. The fact that Houston, I think, is going to do just enough to get enough pressure on the Burrow. He's going to have to get the ball out a little bit quicker. That Jamar Chase, this is one of those that there is some question on how at what percentage is he playing, to the point where I think we see a little bit of a limited Jamar Chase here as well. No T. Higgins. So that's going to just kind of lower things down here, keeps it close, keeps us under. One of the props I liked, Joe Burrow, under 275.5 passing yards.
I'm taking CJ Stroud over 250.5 because Houston cannot move the ball running it. Like they have just not been able to. Didn't matter whether it's Pierce or Devin Singletary. Their source of offense comes from CJ Stroud's right arm. So not nearly the 470 that he had last week, but I do think he can get to 251.